Hello and welcome back to the David67 Celtic News YouTube channel. Today's video going to be a wee roundup of some transfer stories, ins and out of the club, plus a post-match review of yesterday's friendly 6-4 win over Queen's Park, with my own thoughts about who did well, who didn't do well, etc. And further speculation regarding players coming into the club and leaving the club, having trawled through all the various different sports sites, football sites and Celtic fan sites. Now, before we start, just a quick thank you to all those who've been subscribing to the channel recently, and to all those who've been viewing the channel recently. Greatly appreciated. People choosing to click that subscribe button. Happy to say we've now reached my most recent target, which was 700, and it was a nice early birthday present as well to get to 700. So now hoping to push on to 750 or so for the start of the season, and hopefully eventually getting to my main target in time of 1,000 subscribers, which opens the channel to being a level 3 YouTube channel. So thank you to everyone who's been viewing and subscribing recently, and if you are new to the channel, please do feel free to click that subscribe button, keep the numbers going up and up, and as always, feel free to click the like button if you like the video to help with analytics, and do feel free to pop your comments regarding this video and other Celtic issues in the comment section, and we can have a nice chat and debate amongst like-minded Celtic fans. Now, today, apparently Celtic have been fending off some bids for Matt O'Riley. It was thought that Southampton have lodged a bid of around £20 million, which Celtic have rejected, and Atalanta from Serie A in Italy, they have lodged a bid of £15 million plus add-ons, but Celtic have also rejected that bid straight away and not entered into any kind of negotiations with Atalanta. It is said Atalanta are looking to come back with another bid, and it's also thought that, as well as Southampton, Brentford, West Ham, Leicester, Newcastle are all, and Everton are all thinking of signing or bidding for Matt O'Riley, and there has been in the past rumours of interests from also Aston Villa and Spurs, and pretty much every team in the English Premier League except for Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City and Man United have been linked with O'Riley in recent times. Certainly I think a bid of 15 million or 20 million should be nowhere near Celtic's level of acceptance. Celtic have apparently set a price tag of 40 million euros, which would be around about 34-35 million pounds, and even one source was saying the asking price was 50 million euros. Certainly it would appear none of the bids are anywhere near that level. There are stories that Matt O'Riley is keen to move to Atalanta, or at least to one of the Serie A teams said to be interested in him, as he is keen to get his Danish international career moving forwards. But Celtic are under no obligation to accept any bids from Matt O'Riley, as we do have him under contract up until the end of May 2027. But I do think over the next week or so we are going to see bids for O'Riley increasing nearer and nearer Celtic's asking price. So I am a wee bit more resigned now to him leaving us this summer. Talking of players who may be leaving us this summer, Daniel Kelly, who's had several very good contract offers from Celtic, appears at this point to have no intention of signing a contract extension with Celtic, and he and his agent are now free to negotiate with other clubs as his contract runs out in December 2024, and so he's now within less than 6 months of his contract end. And if he did leave at this point, we would simply get a compensation fee for him. It's said that Bologna and Como from Italy are tracking him, as is Bayer Leverkusen from Germany. Clubs such as Man United and Spurs have been said to be interested in signing Daniel Kelly. Personally, I think Daniel Kelly would be a bit stupid to go to one of those clubs, because I can't see him getting first team football in the near future for any of those clubs, and so he would have far better chance of having career progression and regular first team football if he was to stay at Celtic. I think Daniel Kelly is a promising player. I think he's still got an awful lot to prove, a bit similar to Rocco Vata. I think was a promising player who still had much to prove, but it does appear that Kelly is keen to follow his friend and ex-teammate Rocco Vata out of the club, and whilst that would be a shame, I think Celtic do have a number of young, talented midfielders coming through the academy and the B team, and I think we also do have some good backups in Con, Iwata and Home, and hopefully soon Paulo Bernardo as well. No positive news of progress with Adam Idah deal or the Peter Vindal Jensen deal. Talking of goalkeepers, Celtic are said to be linked to the out-of-contract Kasper Schmeichel, who is, of course, the 37-year-old current Danish international number one goalkeeper, who had 4 games at Euro 24 in Germany, and had a number of years also with Brendan Rodgers at Leicester as his manager. Schmeichel is out of contract, having left Anderlecht at the end of last season, and so would be available immediately to come and play for Celtic. I personally am not terribly keen on a 37-year-old goalkeeper coming in to replace Joe Hart. So in essence, we're having a player of roughly the same age as the goalkeeper who just retired. It's not a long-term step. I don't think it's a good move. I think there are better, younger goalkeepers out there who would be far better fit for Celtic. Also, reading through the stories, there have been some rumours that in his last year at Leicester and at his spell at Nice and his spell at Anderlecht, there's also been problems with Schmeichel's behaviour and attitude in the dressing room and in training. And I think a negative influence like that isn't the best to bring into any team or dressing room. And so hopefully the rumours of Brendan Rodgers being keen to bring Schmeichel to the club aren't true, and Celtic look elsewhere for their new goalkeeper. Paulo Bernardo deal is said to be slowly moving forward. It's thought that the total package is around about the €6 million mark, with final negotiations over any sell-on percentage going to Benfica. It's thought that Bernardo is keen to sign for Celtic, and that the wage demands aren't likely to be a problem. But first, what Celtic need to do is fully complete the deal with Benfica, and then we can start negotiating with Bernardo. However, the rumours are that things are positive, moving forward, and Celtic are very hopeful of getting his signature sooner rather than later. But it would appear the stories regarding Idah coming to the club and Vindal Jensen coming to the club both have gone rather cold. And finally, for today's video, just a wee quick review of Celtic's 6-4 game against Queen's Park yesterday. Celtic in essence played one team in the first half and another team in the second half. Quite a number of positives. I thought with Kyogo scoring a hat-trick. That's very positive. He looked very sharp. I thought he finished off the first and the third goals very well. Slightly lucky with his deflection of Kobayashi's shot. However, strikers do quite often score goals that way, and he was in the mix to deflect that one in. I thought Matt O'Reilly played nicely for that first half, acting as the captain. Thought his finish to score Celtic's third goal was good. I thought Mikey Johnson showed a lot of promise and pace and attack down that left side. He's still a very frustrating player. He seems to waste a lot of chances. His final ball is often rather poor. However, to give him credit, he had two nice runs down the wing, nice balls into the box, which created two of Celtic's goals. I thought in midfield, Kwon, Odin Thiago Holm, and Bozen Lawal all had good games. I thought they all showed good touches, worked hard, some nice passes. All three had involvement in Celtic goals, and I've been quite impressed with the attitudes and performances of Lawal, Kwon, and Holm over these two pre-season friendlies. I thought O did very well coming off the bench, scored a nice goal, and very good setup for Celtic's sixth and final goal, scored by the 18-year-old Francis Turley, his first goal for Celtic. I thought players who played very poorly were Scott Bain and Benjamin Siegrist. Got no idea why Siegrist was the one who came on at half time. Much prefer had it been Josh Clark, who appears to be our next in line goalkeeper. 19-year-old Northern Ireland age group international. Had an excellent half season at Ayr on loan last season, and according to Joe Hart, is a very promising young player, working very hard in goalkeeper training when Hart was there. So no idea why Siegrist was playing, and both Siegrist and Bain were partly to blame for each of the goals. And I thought also Stephen Welsh yet again played very poorly. Dane Murray, I thought, wasn't anywhere near as good this game as he was last time when he came on as a sub. He looked out of position, out his depth, and Celtic were very weak centrally, both in the first half and the second half, and it's quite worrying given the fact that Stephen Welsh is so high up in Brendan Rodgers' pecking order for centre-backs. I thought his performance got poorer rather than improved compared to a poor performance against Ayr. Hopefully, both Mike Nawrocki and Gustav Lagerbielke will get themselves fit for the American tour. Hopefully they get some game time, and hopefully they can push themselves up to 3 and 4 in Celtic's centre-back ranking and can find Stephen Welsh to the bottom of the ranking alongside Yoki Kobayashi. However, you may have had a different opinion of the game yesterday. You may have had some other players you thought deserved plus marks, some other players you thought deserved negative marks, and those were just my first impressions from watching the match and having a look through the highlights on the Celtic FC website, where there's a 6-7 minutes highlights package of the Celtic TV coverage of the 6-4 win yesterday. So that just about finishes things off for today. Just a wee quick reminder to click the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed already, and also clicking the like button if you like the video, and also do feel free to pop your comments into the comment section, be it about the possibility of O'Reilly leaving, the possibility of Kelly leaving, what your thoughts are regarding Kasper Schmeichel, and what your thoughts were again regarding yesterday's 6-4 win. So for today, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Goodbye and hail, hail.